if we are creative, but we're not actually expressing ourselves creatively, this causes all kinds of issues in our physical body and in our mental body, because essentially what creativity is, it's the expression of who we are and the ability to take inspiration and make it into something tangible in the world. So all kinds of people have different art forms, and some forms of art are not even considered art forms, but it is a very unique way of expressing our authenticity. And if we're not doing that, we're not fully alive. I know that for myself, I am an artist, so I can't not create. It actually causes me physical, emotional, and mental pain. Like, I find it excruciating to not be able to create. If I'm in a period of my life where, for whatever reason it is, I need to hustle, I need to get stuff done, I need to be busy, and I need to engage my mental capacity, I can do that for a certain amount of time. And then I run out of energy because that does not sustain me. What does sustain me is expressing myself creatively. And everyone has their version of that. So even, having this inspiration and needing to share this particular piece of content is part of that creative expression. And I feel that there are so many people who experience depression or anxiety or physical symptoms that can't quite be explained, that are just our soul and our uniqueness trying to express itself, but not having any outlet to do that. And so that energy has to some way make its way out into the world. If it doesn't make its way out into the world, that's depression. We experience depression where we're just cut off and we're like in a really, really dark place, and it's very difficult to find our way out of that. Or anxiety, because we have this energy and we don't know what to do with it, and it's kind of like it's all bottled up inside and it has no way of getting out. Or we experience the physical symptoms in our body where that energy is locked in our body, and because energy is still flowing through our energy system and through our physical body, when it kind of comes in contact with that energy that's stuck, it's like it's kind of abrasive, and so we experience that heaviness, and sometimes that can be tension or actual physical pain or unexplained mystery illnesses, as some of my clients come to me with these things. These things that can't be explained. And when you actually look at the energy body and what the soul is trying to say, it's very obvious as to what's actually going on. Energy doesn't lie, and if we don't allow energy to move, it becomes stagnant, and it's kind of like this weird kind of black hole. If we are like this whole universe, there's this black hole where there's energy that's not moving. We need to acknowledge that we're very complex, and that the things that give us life and that give us energy need to be valued. There is so much more to this life than what we think we should do. And all of these weird things that we spend all of our time doing that, take our energy away. So I understand that we have responsibilities and there are some things that need to be done. But we don't just get energy from what we eat and how much we rest. We get energy from the things that bring us joy, from creativity, from tapping into our own expression. And often I'll see people who are doing all the right things. They're nourishing their bodies, they're doing exercise, they're they're resting, or at least they're trying to rest, but they just, they're not very energized. They don't feel fully nourished and fully alive. And it's because they're not giving themselves permission to engage in creative expression, to express who they truly are. Or sometimes they think that they're resting, but they're actually scrolling on their phones. So that's something that's taking away their energy. But more often than not, we can receive energy from doing things that we really love, that we enjoy, even when we're tired. It's like, when you fall in love for the first time as a teenager, and you just have so much energy because you're tapped into your energy body, into the essence of who you are, and that feeling that we have. We're tapping into our humanness, and so that gives us energy. We don't need to get as much energy from food and from sleep. So when we understand that, even as fully engaged adults, doing all the right things and doing everything that our potential physicians and doctors have told us to do, if we're not engaging in tapping into flow states and allowing ourselves to be expressive beings, we're not tapping into the full amount of energy that we have access to, because that access is within ourselves. It's a part of ourselves that we're trying to reconnect to, and it's available to us all the time. And the things that bring that energy to us are the things that bring us joy. And I don't mean the kind of joy like, having a piece of chocolate, or like those quick fixes of like watching something, scrolling on social media. It's not that kind of like dopamine hit that we get from that, but the true joy that we feel within ourselves. And I know that so often that comes from creativity in its purest form.